Special thank you to EA for providing access to the Storybook Nursery kit. Welcome back to the Sims 4 Speed Build. Today we're in the beautiful world of San Sequoia, building on this 40 by 30 lot located here, and we are building a Craftsman style home incorporating the new Storybook Nursery kit. So as you'll see, the house is elevated on a blob of terrain. I wanted the house to have some elevation, so we do come back and smooth that out as we go along. Also, the house is a very interesting shape as I first get started, because I was just trying to figure out like what I wanted it to do, but it ends up changing quite a bit. I also struggled with the front entrance and the elevation to get up there, especially when it comes to landscaping, but I kind of solved that off camera. But roofing actually wasn't too bad. I kind of had this vision in my head that I wanted a front porch, but also the roof to kind of wrap around an area that kind of stuck out a little bit over the top there. And then this area that I just placed the half wall, I thought I was going to do like a modern extension with windows, but I decided not to in the end, but we'll change that out. It ends up following more closely to the style of the house than it does like having this like jutting modern extension. I also did put, as you'll notice, skylights on the back there because I thought I was going to have like a skylight into the kitchen, but I do take that out as well and kind of shrink the back of the house here. But before we go any further, if you do happen to pick out the Storybook Nursery kit or the Artist Studio kit for The Sims 4, there are a lot of giveaways going on. My giveaway just ended yesterday, the 28th of September, and I selected two lucky random winners. So that's great. Looking forward to doing more giveaways in the future for future packs and kits and stuff. But yeah, if you happen to pick them up in the EA app, feel free to use my EA creator code. This is my code here. And this is how you kind of use it in the EA app. It goes to support me as a creator, and thank you very much in advance if you do decide to use it. But if you don't, no sweat. Just use some creator's code. Doesn't have to be mine. But back to the build. So originally I was thinking of kind of extending the chimney out a little bit to kind of create like another second floor bathroom. But then I'm like, oh, this looks so weird on the back because there's like just two parts of that like bit there. I don't even know what to call it. So I do kind of undo all of that. And then deciding on windows, but I ended up using base game windows instead of these growing together windows because I liked the white color swatch that we just got with the recent game update, which I think works great, or at least maybe it wasn't the recent one, but anyway, there was a solid white swatch with these particular style of windows that I don't remember seeing before, so not sure when we got that, but I used those because I thought that kind of fit the style of the house I was going for a little bit better than these. Not to say that these windows from growing together are bad or anything. I just didn't feel like having like the yellow from the front door kind of carry through all of the windows in the house. So yeah, just figuring out the floor plan and layout. So what we do have here off the back here is the kitchen and a dining room, and then this becomes a like playroom area. I imagined it would be like as the baby or toddler kind of aged up, you would kind of convert it from a playroom into like a sunroom or like a reading room. But for right now, it's solely focused on being a playroom. And if you're interested in this particular house, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery. Here is the gallery listing. So a little bit more about the house. It's 2 bed, 2 bath. The price in the gallery is 67,547 simoleons. However, it's like 71,000 if you placed on this particular 40 by 30 lot. So not too bad. I used 7 packs in total. I used Growing Together, a bit of Eco Lifestyle, mainly for the curtains. Get Together, which I don't know what I used from Get Together, but okay. Storybook Nursery kit, which we do use in the nursery upstairs, bathroom clutter, everyday clutter, and then blooming rooms for plants because we just can't have enough plants. So house plants mainly, not so much landscaping plants, but At first, it was kind of looking like a blue suburban style house. Not so much the color I wanted, but I was kind of going with it for a little while because I don't know, it just seemed like a miniature dollhouse in a way. I don't know. It was just weird, but it was working for me, at least at this point. But later in the video, I do change the color to a creamy color, which is why it's called Craftsman Cream. I was thinking about calling it Craftsman Dream, like, like it's a dream family home, a Craftsman, family style home, but Craftsman Cream kind of, I was like, that's also a fun play on words because the house is cream colored. So yeah. Upstairs, we do have a small hallway there. We do flank this like archway into the play area with these lights, but I do end up swapping that out for a smaller size a bit later, mainly because the cabinet that I put in there that was mainly just for decorative storage was like clipping the archway a little bit, so I didn't really like how that looks, so I just kind of chose a slightly smaller one. Struggling on the roof texture, and it turns out that the one that I originally picked, this nice like scalloped one, is just the one we go with. I don't know, it's brown, but it looks nice. It ties everything together nicely. Even with the cream color, it's actually very nice on the exterior. It just works, I guess. It's the best way to describe it. It does. It also works with this blue. And then just like the shakers and stuff, the cedar shakers. But yeah, I don't know. I just kept going back to that. Like, I don't know. I guess mainly because of the size of the scallops, but then the issue was on the front porch roof there, the scallops, like some of the pieces just wouldn't line up properly. Like they were kind of off a little bit. So I think that's kind of what, like a visual thing, it was kind of bugging me, I guess, but none of the other styles really resolved that visual glitch apart from like the metal roof. But I feel like I use that like that metal sheet roof like all the time on all the builds. So I wanted to do something different. On the interior, we go with this beautiful lightwood floor, hardwood floor, and then just like a beigey cream. I don't know. It's kind of more of like I don't know what you would call it, but it's everywhere. It's in every room. I thought about adding and infusing in some color and stuff, but then I thought, nah, why? Let's just keep it boring and bland because if you really want to personalize the house to your liking when your Sims move in, feel free. You can easily paint the walls. I actually just kind of like doing boring and bland for this particular build, which there's nothing wrong with boring and bland. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to keep it simple, but also very kind of cozy and warm, is kind of what I was going for. So basically the whole house is drenched in this color. This is the dining room going together, kind of a little on the modern side. The kitchen is actually very tiny. And I ended up using these base game counters in a white. So the kitchen looks a little dated, but that is by design. I imagine that if you wanted to, you would kind of do a kitchen renovation at some point with your Sims, and then like you would make the kitchen slightly larger. You would add access to the back, maybe add like a deck or some kind of like patio area or grilling area. But yeah, I kind of wanted to leave room for that, like so that way as like your Sims family expands in this house, obviously the house would naturally hopefully expand too, and you would renovate it as time goes by. But kept it pretty simple in here, just kind of placing some clutter up here on the shelf, and then I used tool to kind of lower the objects a little bit because they were floating off the cabinet just ever so slightly, but I could see it. So I was like, yeah, we're just going to correct that because it was just, yeah. I don't know. I'm just a little bit of a perfectionist sometimes. I kind of wish sometimes I wasn't, but I don't know. I just like things to certain things just kind of bug me sometimes. Today was one of those days. I don't know what was wrong with me, but like even the slightest things, like the roof texture, even just objects floating. Sometimes I don't care, but like today was like one of those days where everything had to be like perfectly aligned, I guess. So this is a downstairs bathroom. It is a full bath, so you're able to bathe like babies or toddlers in the bathtub without taking them all the way upstairs. I thought that was important, especially if they're like down in the playroom and then they need a bath. You don't have to go all the way upstairs for the bath. There is a bathroom upstairs, which is off of the primary bedroom. There is no other access to it. It's basically just through the primary bedroom. But I figure the downstairs bathroom being full bath, there really is no need for another one upstairs. I did think about making it a bathroom or like a second bedroom, but I actually ended up making it a nice little home office space instead. But if you really wanted the bedroom space, you could kind of do like a combo home office slash bedroom, or at least keep the desk and the computer and put it into a bedroom for your Sims. So there's a lot of versatility there. Using the new curtains from the Storybook Nursery kit, I really do like these. They come in a variety of color swatches. We're also using the new dollhouse, which is based on the Goth's house. And then there's this nice rocking chair as well. The storage cabinets there that are just decoration are just base game. They kind of match the kitchen ones, but in a slightly different color. And yeah, I did put the tile in that far off bedroom there because, again, that was going to be like a second bathroom up here, like a very large family bathroom. But we changed that out in the end because I just, yeah, like I said, I just felt like there was no need. This is the primary bedroom, and I felt like there was a lot of space in front of this window, so I found this like side table and I decided to turn it into like a little vanity kind of thing. So we do add some clutter objects, makeup and like, you know, colognes and perfumes and stuff like that. A cell phone, little baby photo. This came with the Storybook Nursery kit. There's quite a few different swatches that have like little baby photos, and I think it's really cute. It is kind of large, so I did scale it down a bit just using the bracket keys in the game. So yeah, because I just felt like it fit a little bit better on the table there. This is the primary bath upstairs. Again, there's no access to this from the hallway, but that's okay. You have the downstairs one if you really need it. We have double vanities up here because there was the space for it. Full shower and tub and toilet. I was thinking about the nightlight because, you know, family, home, but I decided against that. Then we just use some of the bathroom clutter for mainly the toothbrushes and stuff, which is really where I used that kit. And then this like towel thing I made out of like a size down table and just used tool to kind of lower the towels there. Though I don't know that it stayed that way on the gallery upload. I kind of feel like the towels were removed, so then it just has this like random tiny table, which kind of looks like a small stool. But maybe they're there. I don't know. When I had to replace the house from the gallery to get my terrain paint back, the towels were missing. So I don't know if it was just my game or what, but I was also getting a UI glitch. I don't know if anybody else has seen that, but I just updated the tool mod, and I don't know, for some reason, like the game was working fine all day long, like while building and everything while in the game, but then like I exited out for a little while and went back in, and I was, like I said, I was replacing the house from the gallery, and all of a sudden like the live mode UI just disappeared. Like the button disappeared, the whole UI wasn't showing on the screen. I was like, okay, this is weird. So, but I was able to like access the save like game menu, so I saved the game and exited, reload, and the same thing happened, but not right away. It was like, I think I went into like build mode to try and fix something. And then when I went back out of build mode, the live mode UI again was missing. So strange, but I just rolled with it because I was like, I am not relaunching this game again. So I don't really have any other mods. So it's kind of strange. Again, it only happened when I updated Tool. Not to say that Tool's to blame, but maybe, I don't know. I don't really want to take it out though, because I really do utilize Tool quite a bit. So I don't know, but it's the first time I've actually had that. Maybe I just need a new save game. I actually didn't start a new save game when we had that like big game update where they fixed a bunch of stuff. So maybe that's just what I need to do, hopefully, because otherwise not really sure what's going on there. But although I do think I have like the UI cheats mod, which I think allows you to like adjust the time of the game and the weather. So maybe I'll have to look out for an update for that. That might be, so I don't just use Tool. I guess there is that other one. Yeah, My apologies. I do use another one. So maybe that's what's causing it. But the UI cheats part of the mod actually does work. But since it has UI cheats in the name, it kind of makes sense that the UI is disappearing. So yeah, I don't know. I'll play with it and figure it out. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I was using the cameraman or the tab mode anyway to like take screenshots. So the UI really wasn't that important to me. I didn't really need it. I was still able to like unpause and play and stuff using the keyboard. Like, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, downstairs I decided to add a fireplace because I was like, we have the chimney outside. Why do we not have a fireplace? So we do lose one of the chairs in the living room space, but that's okay. And then I just added the chimney out here, which weirdly, at least in my game, again, I don't know if it's related to like the UI issue that I had, but it wasn't smoking out of the chimney. But again, that might have just been me. and my glitchiness. So yeah. Now on to landscaping. So we do nice bushes around the little like cedar bump out of the little playroom, or what could someday become a reading space, or like a small little library, or maybe it could be another bedroom. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't really want a bedroom down there, but maybe it could be like another nursery or something. I don't know. That's totally up to you how you want to play, but this is a very cute house to play in, I think. I really like how it turned out quite a bit, and I hope you do too. Yeah, I think the thing that I struggled with here is that the terrain is so slopey, I guess is the word I want to use there. It's just very slopey. So a lot of the landscaping ends up floating in the air, and it's like, okay, we're gonna figure this out. I mean, I did flatten the terrain around most of the areas that I wanted to do landscaping. So yeah, I don't know. It was just the hill. It's actually a very steep hill that you can't see that kind of bumps up to the house. So yeah, I thought about rocks at one point, but I was like, no, that'll look weird. So what I ended up doing off camera was I actually thought about bushes too and tried to use tool to like angle the bushes, but I just couldn't figure it out. I was just struggling, and I was like, all right, forget it. We'll figure something else out to kind of cover that weird brown blotch. So I ended up kind of redesigning the front entrance, which you'll see in the screenshots, where I kind of created this like flat area below the first like area of steps there, and then it steps down again, which is kind of like another landing, I guess. And then I surrounded it with more of those green bushes, which actually I found out, even though they were floating, if I just angled them ever so slightly, they would kind of snap to the landscaping and not really float too much. So I think it looks pretty good. I don't know. You have to let me know what you think about this front entrance. I was trying to toy with it here and trying to get it to do things, but then it was complaining about like, oh, the terrain height here doesn't work, and you can't have floor tile here because of this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I will win. You know, I don't think it realizes that I will win and I will get what I want. So some way I will work it out in a way that, you know, we'll get it. We'll get it. I do end up keeping the pillars. Actually, no, I think I get rid of the pillars because I feel like it would have been too much on the front elevation, because I kind of like almost incorporated the pillars into the new front elevation and the front entrance. I did actually think about just leaving this painted like terrain paint bit here, but then I was like, well, what if it's too steep for Sims to walk up? So yeah, then I'm like back to floor tile, but then it was complaining because it wasn't level, and I'm like, oh my gosh, just give me a break. But it didn't. So yeah, I ended up putting it back to kind of the way it was for now, but yeah. And then I was kind of like flattening it out a bit more so it wasn't as steep, but I fought with it some more off camera because I felt like you didn't really need to see me doing that, just because it took so long. It probably took about another half hour, 45 minutes of me just fighting, getting the front entrance to kind of do what I wanted to do. But in the end, results are great. We do have a little swing set up here. I didn't do anything like the tree house, but that's something you could easily add. There's plenty of room on this lot for that. But I thought a nice little swing set was perfect for the Craftsman Cream Family Home. I actually thought about these bushes as well. They're like base game debug, but I didn't really like the dark shadows they casted on like the steps and stuff. But I was like, oh, these are nice. But I just couldn't do it. So there we are. Beautiful front entrance. I kind of like it more having the step down because then you can have like potted flowers and plants and stuff. And I think it looks really cute. It's just different, but hey, it's how I could get it to work and look all nice and cohesive and pretty. This is the floor plan. It's very open between like the living room and kind of, you know, everything else, but it's just good flow, I guess, for the house. This is the front elevation or front entrance. Absolutely beautiful. We have the fireplace going. Ignore the Sims here. They're mainly just for screenshots, but she's eating a bowl of peas, I think. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, yeah, this is the little playroom off of the main living space. And then that's a new like baby playmat, toddler playmat that also came with Storybook Nursery and a bunch of different swatches, but I just chose the more neutral ones. This is the dated, but not really dated. It's kind of dated functional kitchen. I think it's quite nice, but again, you can always put your own spin on it and upgrade it. This is the dining room. Pretty simple in here, but I didn't really want to clutter it up too much because then that would impact your Sims being able to actually use the dining table, which I don't know if they really do because she just went to the couch to eat her peas. So whatever. This is the primary bedroom. And then this is the primary bath. I absolutely love this vanity from Growing Together and the shower and tub. It's very useful to use, but here is the Storybook Nursery. And this is the little nursery that I created. And I think it's really nice in here. Lots of different swatches on the objects. They're very nice. And that bookcase back there is also from the Storybook Nursery kit. But that is all I had for this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. I do thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.